My name is Ripan Malhi, and I'm at the University of Illinois in Urbana-Champaign. And I've been there for about 10 years now, and I'm a molecular anthropologist. So I mostly focus on working and partnering with Native American populations to use genetics to better understand their evolutionary history. Well, as a teacher. So I was doing my undergrad at UC Davis, and I took Introduction to Biological Anthropology, and I had a professor named Dr. Henry McHenry, and he is a unique paleoanthropologist. So he's a Buddhist winemaking paleoanthropologist. And so I was in his class, and he was talking about the Tong child, and this was before PowerPoint. So he had something behind his back, and he was telling the story about the discovery of the Tong child. And he pulls out this skull, which was a replica of the Tong child, and just told this amazing story, and I was hooked. And so, yeah, I knew that I wanted to be a biological anthropologist. I'd say these days, two things. One is that I think just doing paleogenomics or ancient DNA analysis, we're learning some amazing things about genetic patterns that we wouldn't have suspected. And so that's interesting, that's fun, but where I think I have my most enjoyment these days is by going to the field and interacting with my community First Nation partners and just talking to community members about what their interests are and how we can use genetics to help them. And then related to that, a research education project that I started to train Native Americans in genomics has really become a large part of what I do, just because I get something, a feeling that I didn't get just doing research and publishing papers and getting grants. That's fun, I enjoy that, but working with these folks that have inspirations of going to college, becoming scientists, and they have a really unique viewpoint. I find that really fun and rewarding. So field can be very fun and rewarding and informative, but then usually social cultural anthropologists outnumber the number of biological anthropologists, and so in a department, the infrastructure is going to be more social science or even humanities focused, and so there's not really an infrastructure for submitting grants and getting the funding that you need to do the research that you want to do. And the focus is more on teaching, and then, well, it's good that the focus is on teaching, but we have to do a lot of research, and doing genetics is just expensive, and so you have to have an infrastructure to get grants. I think once we start getting minorities into more leadership positions, that'll just happen organically. And so that's the key, is getting minorities to want to be biological anthropologists and not leave to go to other fields or professional schools. And so it seems like there are people who have a passion for biological anthropology but may leave the field for, because they feel isolated or they fall on hard times. But if we can keep them interested and know that they're supported, I think once they get into the leadership positions, that'll attract more minorities and end up being inclusive in that way.